All right, everybody. Cinephile Mike, your friendly neighborhood cinephile, is here with the penultimate day of Feel Good Week. Yep, only one more day after today in this theme week, and for this day, day 26 of Award Season Review Season 2, I am discussing Paramount Studios' Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. It was written by Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and Jeff Rowe, and directed by Rowe alongside Kyler Spears. Now, box office wise, this was a film that I considered reviewing earlier this season because I thought it was going to be a contender for the Golden Globes' Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Award, as the film did meet the criteria. According to Box Office Mojo, as of this recording, the film has a worldwide box office take of $180,513,586, with $118,613,586 coming from the domestic box office, with 61,900,000 from the international. But it didn't make the cut of the 8 films. Now, award season wise, the sole primary nomination that it has for Best Animated Feature is from the Critics' Choice Awards and no others. Could this film enter the Best Animated Feature category this year? Possibly. It doesn't look great. There is a lot of stiff competition. The only films, mainstays, animated films that have kind of been across the board nominated in the category are The Boy and the Heron, Super Mario Brothers movie, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. All of the other slots have differed from award set to award set. One here for Suzume, one for Nimona, one for Wish, one for Elemental. So it's really been a wide range. So we're going to see how it pans out. Now, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is a very unique reimagining of our heroes in the half shell with turtle power. We get an origin story about teenagers who, for once in a film, for me, really feel like the teenagers that they are, who just want to be accepted, go to school, go to the prom, maybe fall in love. Early on in the film, we see them sneak to watch the outdoor movie in Brooklyn Bridge Park, and they watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and they begin to fantasize about what could have been, and if, the things that happen in that movie do happen in reality. However, as we all know, spoiler or not, they do not live with the people, they live in the sewer with their adopted father, Splinter. This time, we see one of the main reasons that they need to stay away from the humans is because humans are evil. We have a quick flashback that shows how they're treated. And worst case, they could get captured and the humans could milk them, even though they don't have nipples. But there is humor abounding about milking. This will become a runner throughout the film. And then, through a series of misadventures, our heroes will meet up with the ever present April O'Neil, who here has been envisioned as a fellow high school student who just wants to be a successful reporter and have that career if she can control herself. I won't spoil. So these 5 will come together to take on the main villain of the film, not Shredder, who you might expect, but Superfly, a mutant like the Turtles with a plan for world domination, as, most human animal mutate mutants want to do. Without spoiling the film and how it goes, this is the initial information that I will share. However, the theme of acceptance is fully on display and handled in a very light-hearted, humorous way. Now, so speaking about the humor and the writing in this film is both its blessing and its curse. You know, some of the things that the film does really well is the vocal cast. The 4 young men who voice the turtles truly encapture the voice of their generation with the pacing and joke delivery. I didn't cross-reference, I should have, but I believe they are all teenagers, late teens, mid-teens, so it works. And along with them, Io Edeberry brings her signature dryness to April in a similar way she did and kind of stole the show in this year's comedy Bottoms. Another great film you should check out if you haven't. And also, other voice cast members chewing through the scenery as best as can be done in an animated film is Jackie Chan as Splinter and Ice Cube as the villainous Superfly. They bring a lot of humor to this in their performances. Now, the writing of the team of Rogen, Goldberg, and Rowe, they put together to do a good job. They tell a nice story. The film is 90 minutes. It moves. It's a complete story. However, their love of 90s nostalgia and references, which made me laugh and people of my generation laugh, but depending on the target audience they were hitting of younger kids, they might have missed. Not saying that this film is only targeted for one demographic or the other. I wonder where it could have landed. Because I remember seeing it in theaters and, little kids not getting the humor and asking. So it's one of those things like, how much is the right amount to mix in? And also, while they did try to capture, some of the extreme comic book animation style that's been done in the two Spider-Man Spider-Verse films and the comic drawn sequences in TV shows like Miss Marvel and then Spider-Man Homecoming, they did attempt this because it has receive some popularity, but they don't quite stick the landing because sometimes it gets a little too distracting and all of the sharp lines and different colors that they're trying to do don't really pop because a majority of the film takes place at night in the New York City din. And so the colors and the brightness, it doesn't really work. And as opposed to being stylistically intriguing, it's stylistically slightly annoying. So all in all, I have to give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem a 3 out of 5 stars. Again, it's a film worth seeing. I just don't know how great it was compared to some of the other great animation we've had this year. Now, if you haven't seen it yet, or you want to watch it again because it was one of your favorites, it is streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus, or you can rent it on most digital video platforms. All right, that's where we have it for the penultimate day of Feel Good Week. As always, thank you so much for joining me. And, I hope you're loving what you're hearing here. If you are, spread the word, click that button, subscribe, help me get more subscribers. If you want to keep up with all the cinema goodness, follow me on all social media platforms, compare movie reviews with me on Letterboxd. It's going to be great. We're moving along. The new year is a coming. It's going to be great time. 2024 is looking like a great year for films, and I'm going on and on. So I'm just going to leave it here. Until next time, this is Cinephile Mike saying, take a break and watch something new.